Out here so everybody can join in. 1 second, please. Do 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 do. There, there. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. Sorry about the late start here. I was having a few technical difficulties here with the broadcaster, but we got everything going right here, and we are live with Algo 382 with Paul joining us from Colorado. Paul, are you out there?
Hey, how's it going, John? How's it going, people? Believe it or not, it's a sunny day in Colorado.
What? That's awesome. Great stuff. Hey guys, if you guys can hear Paul in the background, just a real quick sound check. Just make sure everybody can hear him coming through the broadcaster here. Anybody who's out
Hey,
there?
what's up, people? How's it going? Got some new counts for us to look at tonight.
Nice. Sweet. Quick sound check. Quick sound check. All right. Nia, Wenji, quick sound check. Everybody hear Paul? Okay.
Hey, how's it going, people?
Hey, Reed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the sound check. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, good stuff. All right, so like we said, guys, this is our weekly Elliott Wave analysis, riding the waves with John and Paul. We've got Paul joining us from Colorado, and I understand it's a sunny day in Colorado, which is nice. So good stuff there. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be talking about we're going to talk a little bit more about Zig-Zags. We've done a whole series on it in the past. We've done a whole show on it in the past. And I think you guys will like this just because it was the Zigzag really played out well for us last week on the market. Anybody who tunes into the YouTube shows, and of course anybody who's in our group has followed along with it in the bubble report. We were talking about it and it really gave a lot of good opportunities and a nice symmetrical move. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Zigzags again today because they're one of my favorite corrective patterns. But before we do, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is real quick, we're going to see where we left off in the market on Friday, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. And then I'm going to turn it over to Paul, and he's going to go over some really cool content about Zigzags and a couple other, maybe throw a quiz out there too for you guys so you can test your Elliott wave counting skills. And then we'll take a look at a few charts that are on our radar going into this week. And then if there's time left, we'll do questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX, right? So we finished up 65 points on Friday. Big push here, right back to the upper Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart. Weekly chart, still haven't gotten overbought yet here on the weekly. And what a counter candle last week off of the after the red spinning top candle. We got a big green hammer last week. So we're going to see if it gives us any follow through the upside. Generally, the count is still bullish. We closed over the 8 EMA here on the SPX. I'll show you on the SPY. We closed over the 80 MA, not quite with increasing volume, but definitely a strong move. And one of the things that we like about this is if you go to the shorter term time frame, we'll talk more about this here in a little bit, is the zigzag that played out here going into this week. So we loved, right, this impulsive wave up right here. It took us forever to get to it, right? We've talked about this for a couple of Elliott wave shows, right? The first impulsive wave is like, is this an impulsive wave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but kind of. And then we had the fast pull back down, right? And then is this the impulsive wave? I don't know. Then here's the wave 2 to the 886. At this point, we were getting ready to give up, but then they launched it off of here, right? So we had this nice 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And then we had the 3, 4, 5 move, which was really cool, right? So that gave us, that finished up our wave 3 with an ending diagonal up here, and then we had our ABC move. And the reason that this was we like this ABC move is that it was a zigzag, right? And what do we like about zigzags so much is that they always start with an impulsive wave down. Right, so corrective patterns, right, can be impulsive, right, and that's what I love. It is the only impulsive corrective pattern that starts its way down, unless you're in a bear market, right, which is not a corrective pattern. It's a fresh impulsive way down. Is a 5 wave down, is an impulsive wave down. That's a zigzag, right? So it's a 5, 3, 5 pattern. So in other words, your first wave down is going to be 5. Right, your next wave up is going to be 3, and your next wave down is going to be 5. Right, so you have your 5, A, B, C, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Right, and that's exactly what we got here. So we had this A, B, and this was a tough one. This is a tough one, right? We kind of had this 1, 2, 1, 2 thing going right here, and then we had that sharp move down to finish the zigzag. So the real key was, what really kind of worried me about this is that, what I liked about it is that we bounced right off this symmetrical move right here, but what worried me about it is that this potential 1, 2, 1, 2, is that this was going to actually turn into another fresh wave down, and the zigzag was going going to extend itself into filling this gap right here and possibly testing the upward trend line. That didn't happen. Instead, we got an impulsive wave up, and you can count a clear 5 waves up right here. You've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 expanding diagonal, and then wave 5 right to the 618 extension. So we're expecting potentially a wave 2 pullback right here. If this is the start of a fresh wave 1 of 5, that we would expect a wave 2 of 5 to come in, and that's usually the 618, right? So we need to be a little bit careful going into this week. It's a short week this week. The market is closed on Friday for Good Friday holiday. And so we're going to see how the low volume week turns out. Don't forget, guys, we talked about volume last week. So if we get a low volume pullback, that actually could be really bullish going into next week, for a larger impulsive wave up. So we're definitely going to be tracking that there. So some cool stuff. That pretty much covers the intraday action. But let's take a look at the S&P futures and see what we're going here. Oh, well, look at that. We're down 12 points. So it looks like they may already be starting that wave 2 pullback, right? This was huge, guys. And anybody who's in the bubble report will see tomorrow, and anybody who got the newsletter this weekend, anybody will see that this candle right here, just single prints all the way up, guys. There's just no question that eventually this is going to be tested down here, and it would support that wave 2 move. So really, really cool stuff. So let's see how we go here going into the evening, right? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to activate this trend line right here and make that our geometric line of interest going into tonight. And you can actually kind of really make that really a channel off of this right here, basically, and where we pretty much got to the top of that here to finish the day on Friday, which is kind of neat. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. But anyway, good stuff, guys. Without further ado, I've got Paul on the other end here joining us from Colorado, in sunny Colorado, and he's got a few more comments on Zig-Zags. He's got some good charts on Zig-Zags. We're going to take a look at a couple setups, and we'll do some quizzes, and I'll show you a couple charts I'm looking at, and then we'll see if there's time for questions and chart requests. So, Paul, it's all you.
Hey, thanks, John. How's it going out there? I got a few charts to look at. We're going to start out with this BTC chart, and I don't have it annotated, but you can take a look at it and ask yourself what kind of count we're looking at. We got a big move up, and then we kind of have a down, then an up, another down, and then another up. So here's what we get.
Looks very similar to the SPY count that we were looking at.
Yeah. So a lot of zigzags out there for sure. But we have this impulsive wave 1 up. Then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an A wave down, a B wave up. And then we have another 5 wave move, which is wave C down. So we got this kind of zigzag shape, A, B, C.
What are your thoughts on that? The 4 overlapping 1 there, is that in a zigzag? Can wave C be an ending diagonal?
Yes, wave C can be an ending diagonal, which does have overlap. And you'll also notice that all these waves break into 3 waves. Like wave 2 is an ABC, wave 3 is an
wow,
ABC.
yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. The SPY was very, very similar to that. The SPX is very similar to that. Must have been what it is. Yeah, cool. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Good. Ending diagonal, guys. Finish a zigzag. I love it.
And they're very common. You see them all the time in wave 5s also. But
it makes sense. Ending diagonal, ending the zigzag. I love it.
Yeah, let you know it's over. We have an impulse up. It's looking pretty choppy, so I still think we're going up, but it's not the most impressive impulse, but we'll see. So there's Bitcoin.
It's not as pretty as that end of the day move on the ES.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what we need.
Yeah, sure.
But anyways, here, speaking of ES, here's ES.
Nice.
And this is a harder to identify pattern, but if you're looking at it, we're starting in the upper left-hand side of the page. We got a big down move. The down move has what looks like a down, up, down, and then we have an up move. So you can take a look at it, try and throw a count on there, and maybe figure out where the A is and where the B is.
Yeah, guys, if you're watching the recording, feel free to pause the recording. Okay, well, there you go. We see that.
Oops. Oh, it's not. All right, no, I'm going back.
Never mind. You can always rewind it and pause it.
Yeah. I didn't mean to spoil it for you guys. Sorry. But so here's what we got. We have a wave 1 finished right up here. We have this big wave 2. And you can see it breaks down into a 5 wave A, then up for a B, then down for another 5 wave.
No, that's the ending diagonal right there. See, I was really worried about that one going into this week. That it was a 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, because this looks kind of sloppy, but wave 3 is not the shortest. Wave 3 is longer than 1, if you guys are wondering about that.
Oh, nice. Cool.
But this was a tricky count. There were a lot of other counts that could have happened. But what's interesting about this count is wave A is the exact same length as wave B. It almost hits it to the tick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so A equals C. So this, if you realize that, this was a great place to get long and, take advantage of that. And then we just had this crazy push up. Nobody called this. I thought we were going to have a correction, at least a wave two down to here, but the bulls came out and they pushed it up wave five right to the 618.
Well, we called it in the bubble report. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
part of our game plan on Friday. Is there was a poor high back from a week ago or so. That a lot of times, if those poor highs don't get tested, we can see some momentum pushes through there, and that is exactly what we got into the end of the day. And it was amazing to see it materialize. Uh, to finish that wave five impulsive wave up. So that's why I'm
yeah,
really not surprised to see the futures down here this evening.
yeah. And right now it's kind of strange. This wave five, even though it did stop the 618, the algos took their profit. It's possible this could be a wave four, wave five push up to new highs and then down. But I mean,
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
That's just an all
yeah.
something that could happen.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. It could be interesting. We're drifting down a little bit. It's not like super impulsive, but like we said, if it's a kind of a low volume blah pullback, that could support the wave too.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, here's the next chart. This is a little different.
MRNA. I haven't looked at this chart in a while.
Instead of starting off in the top left, we're starting in the bottom left, and we have this upward move. So take a look at this, see what you think, see if you can throw a wave count on it. It's a little bit tricky, but here we go. Here's what we get. We have an impulse up this time, no zigzag, and it's a big 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inside of wave 3 is another impulse course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh wow, yeah,
So you can see this counts really well. Even this wave 1 right here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a nice impulsive move. Pretty deep wave 4, but no pullback. What else happened here? Wave 3 came out to 1.618 of wave 1, which is really common. So it was a perfect wave 3. Wave 4 retraced a little deep for a wave 4. It came to 50%, but I think the 4 is in, and we're going to go 1, 2, and up from here.
nice. Well, there'd be
So
interesting.
that,
There's a lot of speaking of wave threes, right? There's a lot of wave three of the COVID, worries
oh
coming
yeah,
out in Europe, stuff like that, right? So that's news like that could get something like Moderna going, mRNA.
yeah, there you go. There you go. We have this bullish candle, and we're bouncing right off the cloud. So I think there's a good chance we're going to go up.
Nice.
Here's the next chart. And
Nasdaq.
this is a little tricky, but we're starting in the bottom. We're going up. So we have an up move here. So maybe try and throw a count on this one, see what you get. It is pretty tricky, but you might recognize this zigzag shape right here. So a hint is maybe there's an AB somewhere in this count. And
There it is.
there it is. We got the three wave up, and this is an A, B, C. I don't have the letters in there, but it's an A, B, C. It looks like a 3, 3, 5. And then we have this impulsive wave 1, 1, 2, long 3, 4, 5. And then a zigzag down almost to 618 for 2. And then we have a wave 1, and wave 2 stops right at the 618, implying that we're going to go up in a wave 3 for the NASDAQ.
Hopefully they hold that because the only
Yeah.
other scary thing I know is we've got this going on here, but that wave two wouldn't that be if that wave two is actually an A and the wave one there was actually the B, right? And then we got a larger pullback right there. It could be nasty. Some of these tech names are looking really rough going into this week. I mean they really gotta catch up to the SPX.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen for sure. It could definitely happen, ABC. All right, I think I got one more in here. What do I got? Queens.
Use.
Okay, so from here, we start out, we got a move down. You might see a recognizable ABC in here somewhere, a zigzag. And then we have a move up, and then another move down, and then another move up. So here's what we get with the Qs. Wave 4 was an ABC. This shape right here of the B is very recognizable. It comes up all the time. So we got 5 waves for A, ABC for B, and then this looks like a 5-wave move for wave C, finishing wave 4. Impulsive move up for wave 1. Then we get this recognizable ABC for a wave 2. Right to the 618. what's very interesting about this count is wave A is the exact same length as wave C. That's why I had the one here. I did some fib work on here, but it's a perfect A equals C here.
Oh wow.
Making me think that not only that we finished at the 618, so this tells me that wave two is very likely in here. I'd be surprised if we get a pull down lower than the 618.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Nice. Good find on that one for sure. Let's see if it'll go.
Yep, and it looks like, yeah, that's it. That's all the charts I have. Hope that was helpful to you guys to
Awesome.
notice the ABCs.
Great stuff. That was great on pinpointing zigzags, right? The 535 moves and looking at those ABCs there. So really, really great stuff. Real quick, guys, a couple ones that I have on the radar going into this week. These are since we're talking about zigzags, these are a little bit bearish. I'm not trying to be a bear. I mean, I do think overall the S&P is bullish, right? I'm just expecting a pullback right here, a wave two pullback, and then we'll see where we go from there. I would expect more upside on it. So, but in the meantime, there's a couple names that have been a little bit interesting, right? So, one of the ones that we've been tracking here, we've been talking about it here a couple times on the LA Wave show is Nvidia. Nvidia's looking really, really interesting here. I mean, just glancing at it, it looks sort of like an H pattern, right? So I'd just be a little bit careful with Nvidia. I've got this potential. I mean, you can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a clear 5 waves down, and I'm just really not sure. Even if this is wave B, right, then we could be starting a fresh impulsive wave down here for wave C, right? So if this were just A, B, C up right here, we got this 1, 2, and this could be 1, 2, right, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, right? So we could see that down here for wave C, or, right, this could be the part of a larger A, B, C move, and then we get the impulsive wave down. So this is really one that I'm just tracking. I'm not saying we're necessarily going down this week, but if the market is weak, a lot of these tech names and even some of the semiconductor names, some of the more popular like the Nvidias and the AMDs have been pretty weak, but names like Intel, Cisco, those have been strong, right? So it's really odd. These are normally the high flyers, and so basically the big thing for me is that we are below the upward trend line. So technically, we are in a downtrend, right? And so this is one of the things that has me really interested in this, right? Because we broke below the trend box right here, and then we closed below it, I believe, here with increasing volume. And so that puts us in a downtrend move. And so basically, it takes this. All I'm doing is just taking this channel, and kind of extending it down. So technically, we're still under the downward trend line right here for Nvidia. So I'm expecting more downside as long as we stay under the downward trend line right here. Now, if it starts to work its way up, and this corrective pattern was it, maybe it was just sort of an ABC down, and this was the zigzag, where this is a 1, 2, and we're just working our way up. But as long as we stay below this downward trend line, I'm a little bit concerned about it. So just keep it on the radar. Not necessarily this week, but maybe in the next in the next 2 weeks or so, we'll see if how this thing materializes. So keep an eye on Nvidia. Another one that's on the radar too is Etsy. So this is very, very similar to the Nvidia move. This gave Etsy has been wild, right? This thing has moved a lot with moved a lot with names like well, just it's moved a lot really with a lot of the tech names, and has had a clear impulsive move up right here. So if I'm just going to clear all these old drawings out here again, this thing just kept on pulling back and moving, pulling back and moving, pulling back and moving, right? So these are the impulsive waves up, and so it looks like it may have kind of finished up here. And what I'm kind of seeing is this impulsive wave down, right? And then very, very sharp move down right here. So to me, this looks like a possible A, right? Probably a zigzag because of the impulsive move. If we go to the shorter term time frames, right, you can get the 5 waves in there, and I can kind of see an ABC right here for wave B. And I would just be a little bit cautious here on Etsy before earnings. It might do an earnings run before it, but just watch for a potential symmetrical move here, right? So if I do this and then duplicate this and put it here. For a potential symmetrical move down as a potential bouncing point for Etsy after it finishes that pullback, right? So one of the other things you look at is this last wave up, right? You can kind of just look here, even if that were the case, right? You kind of go here. You can see we're kind of off of the 618 in that area. So keep an eye on Etsy going into this week or into next week. It could be a larger A, B, a little bit of a we could be working on a larger, this could be A, B, C of B, right? And then we go down. So this is just something to keep an eye on over the next week or so, just to see how it materializes. So those are 2 of the ones that are on my kind of zigzag radar going into this week. So so good stuff there, Paul. I don't know if you have any other charts you want to look at. If not, if you have time, we could take a look at some questions and chart requests.
Some chart requests sound good. I'm just looking at ES right now. It's going to show you guys a possible count.
Cool. I got it pulled up here for you.
All right, good. And then chart requests. A lot of bullish setups for tomorrow.
So this is the live count right here. So you're thinking this instead of a wave 2 pullback, right? You're thinking this could be part of a larger wave up.
It's possible this whole move could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like you said, this could be the one, and we could get a wave two pullback.
Right.
It could still be wave five. So that's something that could happen.
This week could be interesting. Like we said, guys, it's a short week this week, right? So, I mean, anything could happen, right? We could, there could be traders away from their desk and things could just go crazy. But if it's just kind of a low volume week, and we're kind of expecting here with the holiday on Friday, maybe it will be just kind of a slow, wave two pullback, and then we'll get going, right? So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, good stuff. Let's take a few requests out there. The Nest, what's going on? Good to see you. So, Paul, have you done any charts on LFMD, MOS, or WOW? Any of those names?
Did you say LMND lemonade?
Not LMND, LFMD. I think it's like kind of an IPO-ish type name. If not, it's okay. I can pull.
Nope, I don't got any of those.
We've been tracking these here on the live streams. Nice. So the next one we got pulled up for you right here. Still, let me forget to pull back to Paul's screen. So LFMD. Let's just take a look at that one real quick here. So if I put a wave count, this is tough because it's brand new, right? So just initially right out the gate, it looks like it's just kind of correcting, right? So this does just like sort of look like an A, right? Sort of a B. I mean, it's really sad, but we might see another C wave down here, and then we'll see what it does, after earnings, right? So LFMD is just a little bit rough right there, and then let's just take a look at WOW real quick here. So let me say, give me 1 second here, guys. Let me just write this down. So we got LFMD and WOW. So let's say, yeah. So what an impulsive move down on this one too, right? You can really see it actually broke below the channel, right? So to me, this is you can easily put a wave count on this one right here. 3, 4, and then just see if that's like finishes up with like a wave 5, right? And then from there, right, I would just look for an ABC up, right? So just one of these type of things, just go A, B, C, and then see if it gives another sharp move down, and it might just kind of pull back right back to here, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So a little bit of just have to kind of keep an eye on that one too. Good stuff, great charts. I really appreciate it. Shirley's got a few out there too, Paul. So she's got Snow or FSLR or Texas Instruments.
I have a chart on snow. That sounds
sweet.
Good.
Shirley, I hope you're doing great out there.
All right, so here's what we got for snow. Looks like we had a wave 1 up and a wave 2 down. I have this counted as a WXY, and just out of curiosity, we can see if W equals Y.
Oh wow!
So I'll grab my little fib tool. I'll start up here, down to the W to the X, and let's see where 1 is. So you can see 1's down here, so it wasn't quite as long. They don't always go to the same length, but we have a WXY. We had a big bullish green candle that closed above the ADMA, so I would think we're going into wave 3 up. What a bullish count for snow.
Yeah. A lot of folks are looking at this one. This is an IPO not too long ago, and the fact that we pulled all the way back to the IPO lows and just kind of chopped around there for a while, and then now it's starting to get strong back over the ADMA. I mean, let's see what it does. It could be interesting if it's ready to go.
Yeah, FSLR, maybe I have that one.
If you have SLR, yeah.
Let's see, got a chart on it. Yep, we got that one here.
This is the other one I was thinking about too. Yeah.
Yeah, and look at this, another amazing looking setup. We got a wave 2 down, then a 1, 2. Wave 2 stops right at the 618.
Oh, yeah.
Big bullish candle above the EMA 8, so it's possible we're going up in wave 3.
Nice ABC wave 2 as well.
Yep.
Beautiful and strong close. Look at that close. Incredible stuff there. Beautiful day. Love it. Good stuff. Thanks, Shirley. I really appreciate it. Eddie, what's going on? SPY? Yes, we definitely reviewed the SPX, and we looked at the SPY, and we looked at the ES. Paul, I mean, it's basically the counts are identical to everything that we've already looked at, right?
Yep, yeah. It's similar.
So so be sure to Eddie, if you missed the beginning of it, be sure to check out the what we looked at there with SPX and the ES and everything right there. So it should give us a good idea. Again, really the termination. The question is, are we going to get a wave 2 pullback this week, or is it going to be a larger wave up? Wave 1 up. That's kind of the big stuff there. So good stuff. Wenji, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at NEO.
NEO, I think I got NEO in here. Let's see, NEO. I have a feeling this is another bullish count. Looks like kind of
looks like snow. It snowed it almost.
Yeah, it's kind of my internet slowed down. But here's what we got for NEO. We had I'm counting this as an ABC wave 4, and A doesn't come close to equaling C. It's not always equal, but we have a big wave C finishing 4, a wave 1 up, and then a wave 2 down. We're still actually below the ADMA, but I think we're in a good spot for a wave 3 here off the 786.
Nice. Definitely keep an eye on Neo. Good stuff there. Good find. Appreciate it, Wenji. Appreciate it, Reed. Thanks so much for the sound check. And Ladex, thanks for the sound check. Overstock.
Overstock. My
OSTK.
OSTK. Let me see what I
If you
got
have
on
that, if
this.
not, I'm
I,
happy to pull it up.
let me see. Yeah, I actually. Oh, I got it. It's kind of a mess, but we had a wave two. Wave two down. Let me get rid of these guys. And this looks like a wave one up and a wave two down. It looks like we're just starting an impulse up here for wave three.
Nice. Let's see if it goes. Let's see if we can get a larger wave 3 on Overstock. I love it. Good stuff. Thanks, Latex. I really appreciate it. M. King, what's going on? Good to see you. Muku, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Pfizer. This will be an interesting one. They got a little bit perky on Friday as well. Have you done Pfizer recently, Paul?
Let's see. I'm trying to. I don't think I have that one. Nope,
I'll
I
pull it
don't.
up. It's a lot of folks in our group are
Okay.
looking at this name. It could be interesting. Obviously, vaccine stuff and everything there, but it really perked up and got over a lot of key levels here on Friday, right? So I mean, there was a lot of names that closed bullishly, but this was a significant move. Basically, kind of like a nice little bull flag breakout right here. So let's see if it gets some fall through the upside. Right here's kind of your here's your start of the bull flag, right? And it's possible we could see a measured move up, right? So let's just kind of keep an eye on it and see if it gives us any action here. So what that would imply to me is that right, we basically this is kind of like we could really look at this as kind of like a wave one really type move. This is kind of like like a tight ABC move, and then we could look for a larger move up right here for possible wave three. So keep an eye on that. It's got some levels. These biotech, especially the larger biotech names, are pretty tricky. You got a lot of gobbledygook to get through here, but it's looking pretty strong here. I like the increased volume on Pfizer. So a good find on that one there too. So Hong, what's going on? Good to see you. So you've got SOL. Paul, have you looked at SOL recently?
No, I don't have SOL. No.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look
Okay.
at SOL,
All right.
and so interesting, right? So this one does look like it's kind of channeling down, after the initial drop. I mean, this definitely looks blah, right? But what I would do is I would kind of keep a channel on this right here and just see if we can get above these levels, right? So you got this going on right here, right, and that going on right here. So nice channel here off of the initial drop, right? So it looks like it's still kind of working on a wave down, but if this is a wave 1, 2, right, you can kind of see this right here, right, to kind of get out of this move. It's right off the 786, so see if you can get above that channel and really get going on SOL. So good stuff there. Thanks, Hong. I really appreciate it. So Troy, Crystal, dude, thank you so much for the sound check. I really appreciate it. Ellery, what's going on? Apple. So Paul, I know you got Apple.
Yeah, I have Apple. Let's see. Let's see what we've got for Apple. My internet is slow.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, it's slowing
Apple.
down a
It
little bit.
looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
I can
had
hear the
some.
sound coming through a little slow.
Yeah, I have some old counts on here. The bull count didn't come through right away, but it looks to me like we have a wave one up and a wave two down. We're bouncing out of the golden zone almost to the 786. So I think it's possible we could get a wave three up here, especially if ES is bullish.
Yeah, it's
Anything else?
I've got it in a fresh downtrend, so it's got to get an impulsive wave up to get out of there, right? So uh, definitely want to keep an eye. Apple's been a lagger recently. Apple and Tesla have both been weighing pretty heavily on not only the Nasdaq but some of the other stuff too. And once these guys get going again, right, the market could really get really super duper perky, which is interesting.
Right, right. And what's also interesting is this wave down is a five wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be an ABC instead of an impulse up. So Apple's kind of tricky.
It is, yeah, absolutely. So definitely want to keep on. Thanks, Ellery. Thanks for the update on that. We really appreciate it. So Laura, what's going on? So yeah, guys, real quick. So again, Paul is with us here. If you guys like bouncing chart ideas off of Paul, he's in our Discord, and so if you join our group, right, you can jump in there, jump in the Elliott Wave channel. Paul's in charge of the Elliott Wave channel, and does a great job, right, helping bounce chart requests off of people, whether you're new to Elliott Wave or had experienced in Elliott Wave. Sometimes it helps to have somebody else take a look at your chart, because sometimes the hardest part about Elliott Wave is a lot of times we can find wave counts that kind of match our sentiment, right? Because sometimes there's alt counts, right? And unless there's no other count, right, it's hard to be, we're never 100% sure, but unless there's no alt counts, right, it makes it even harder, right? So to be 100% sure. So when you can bounce an idea off of somebody else, it'd be really, really helpful. And Paul does a great job with that in our group. So be sure to check out the links in the Discord there and on Twitter. If you're interested in joining. But anyway, so Laura, thanks so much for tuning in. So you've got IIPR and Lulu. I know Paul's
Lulu,
got
I
Lulu.
think I got Lulu. Yeah, we got Lulu. Let's see here.
Thank you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Okay, so for Lulu, it looks like we had a wave one up here and it counts 5 waves. It's a leading diagonal, and then we had a pullback. See if this is right. Yeah, we had a kind of a shallow pullback actually between the 382 and the 50, but a nice big bullish candle closing above the ADMA. So I think we could go up from here.
It's possible. And Lulu is such a tricky name. It's a tricky name, Laura, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it and see if it's ready to go. I mean, sometimes it does make nice moves, right? It's just rare. So good stuff there. And so M King, what's going on? So you've got RKT and BA. Both of these are good names to look at.
Yeah, RKT. A lot of bullish talk about RKT lately. Look at that, a very nice candle. So we got a wave one up. This is an ABC down. The C is 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this could be the start of wave three up with a nice bullish candle there.
I know. I'd say this name has been so prone to like intraday spikes. If you look at all these upper shadows that we've seen on this wave down, it's like intraday spike, intraday spike. It's been in the bubble report a couple times too, and it's given us some nice intraday moves. But wow, it pulls back so quickly, and it's like finally a nice candle on here on the 4 hour chart here on Friday, which is good. So let's see. We saw a lot of nice candles. So let's see if RKT can actually get some follow through on that one. Nice stuff there. And Paul, you got? Have you done Boeing recently?
Boeing, yeah, BA. Let's see what we got here. Okay, come on, internet. Internet's slow. Okay, BA. Okay. All right, so for BA, I have us going up in wave three, and then we have a big wave four pullback. There's no overlap, so I still have it counted as a wave four. We're bouncing out of the golden zone, so it looks like we're going up in wave five for Boeing.
Nice on BA. Good stuff there. Cool. So, Dominique, what's going on? Laboo. So, let's take a look at that one. So, I want a specific request for some wave counts on LABU. Have you done that one, Paul?
I don't, but I could look at. Yeah, actually, I don't have it.
Okay, I'll get it pulled up. Let's see. Let's
Okay.
look at Laboo. See what we can do. Let's put some labels on Laboo. So, oof, oof. That's a tough one right there. Wow. That had a clearly an impulsive wave up. I mean, you can look at this a couple different ways, right? So one of the things I would do initially is just just get your trend line on here just from the recent lows, right? And just kind of work it right here, right? So we basically finally have tagged the bottom of this area right here. So to me, right, this kind of looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, and this might be a wave 4 pullback right here, and it could start to get ready to go. This is the biotech sector, right? So this is kind of like your one, right, and here, right? It's kind of like your two, right? This looks like a three, right? And would be a very sharp way forward, but it's actually overlapping right here, which is kind of rough there too. So this is a tough one. What I would do is like I said with the other one, this to me this looks like it's in a recent downtrend, at least off of a bump line right here. So what I would do is just kind of keep an eye on this. This is a very, very, very tough move right here. So this could be a wave five, right? I mean, really, if you look at it, right, this could be a golly, that finish down here. I mean, because you could see kind of a wave four triangle in here. That could have been a finish to a wave five here too. So I mean, this could be here. Activate this here, three. Right, you can look at this here, four, and that could be it because we've crossed over all those levels right now. So it could be a fresh downtrend, right? This is definitely impulsive down, so this could be an A. This could be a B. Right, and watch for a wave C potential. I mean, it's biotech struggling here a little bit, but let's see how it holds. We're kind of in a geometric line right here, and then see if we can bounce off of those levels. So good stuff. Thanks for the request on Lebu. SBK, what's going on? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Paul, do you have Amazon?
Yeah, let's see what we got for Amazon. Let's
Nice.
see here. Amazon. Okay, looks like I would have to move this one here, move this two down here. But it looks like we had an impulsive move up of wave one. Wave two came down right to the 618. So a good chance we got a 1, 2, and we're going up in wave three.
Nice. Amazon really does need to step it up. It's been, I mean, a lot of these big Fang names have just been so weak recently. It's just like, come on, let's go. But let's look. We'll wait and see. So good stuff there. But thanks, SBK. Really appreciate it. Troy, give us the bare minimum. I love it. And so, Michael was going to spies near the 1.618 extension from last March lows. Imagine the shark pattern down. Oh, I know. That would just be. Wouldn't that be terrifying? Wow, that would be. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. So wow. So good stuff there. Yeah, Troy, my pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. So Ollie, yeah, let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla, Paul.
Tesla, what do we got for Tesla?
Tesla, I've gotten a downtrend now too. So let's see.
Okay, yeah, we haven't, if there was a line here, we haven't broke it, but we do have a wave one up. an ABC down for a possible wave two out of the golden zone. So I think there's a good chance we're going up in wave three with Tesla.
Nice. And JR, what's going on? You've got gold, you've got GOLD, or have you done GOLD or just GLD?
I have GDX actually.
You got the GDX. We'll take a look at GDX.
Yeah. Um, GDX I have us going up in wave one, coming down in wave two, right into the golden zone again. So it looks like GDX is about to make a move up from this wave count. Um,
Yeah, it'd be nice if the gold, if the the
let's,
different gold stocks could get going here. That'd be great.
let me see. Yeah, I don't have gold.
Gold's tough. Yeah, gold's a tricky one there, but GDX is an okay one to look at. The GLD, I don't know if you've done GLD recently, but either way, that's fine. So good stuff there. But really appreciate it, Jared. Thanks so much for tuning in, Dominique. Yeah, we grabbed Jerry, so we're just gonna try to wrap up a little bit here. It's getting a little bit late. But Omega, we looked at Boeing, so hopefully that was helpful there. And Brandon, you got Viac on the radar. So Viac, have you put a count on that one, Paul? That thing just got crushed.
Yeah, wow, what a crusher. Yeah,
He
I
said,
got
Brandon
it.
said, right out of the golden zone, right out of the golden zone.
Let's see here. Well, pretty much, yeah, it looks like we had I have to adjust this for the downtrend, but it
Yeah, right
looks
in the
like,
golden zone, yeah. 618,
yeah,
786, we're right in there. Good find. I
yep.
love it.
Yeah, so we had an ABC, and you can see that this C wave is a five wave move. One, two, three, four, five. We got down into the golden zone. This would be the 786, and yep, it looks like we could bounce right out of there.
Isn't that interesting? That's what happens when big money has to liquidate their positions. That's what happens when you get a $20 billion margin call. Ouch. So good stuff there. So really appreciate it. Mitchell, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And brother Jamal, what's going on? Yeah. So we'll take a look at a few more charts here, guys. We're not gonna be able to get to all of them, but let's take a look at Walmart. I definitely want to see how Walmart's looking there.
Let's see here. Walmart. Doesn't look like I have anything on
No.
it, but we can figure it out real quick. Looks like we had a wave one up and then a wave two down, and then we had this wave one up, wave two down, down to the 618. And from this chart, we're going up in wave three right now.
So let's see. Let's see if Walmart's ready to get going. And then V, you've got Chewy. We haven't looked at Chewy in a while.
Yeah, let's see.
I know it's been chopping.
Chewy. Okay, yeah, it looks like it kind of went through what I had here, but this is a higher low than here, so this could be a wave one up, a wave two down, and by this count, we could be going up in wave three.
Mm-hmm. Key, it's
But
a line in the sand right there. It's got to hold. It's got to hold. Let's look at we'll look at three more guys. Looks like we'll be able to wrap up here. I know, Paul, that you looked at the ARKK the other day, the ARKK.
yeah, that's a good one. I like this chart. ARKK. Let's
The
see.
heaviest, the largest holding they have, by the way, is Tesla. So
Yeah, so they finished this wave three, then they had a wave four down, then a wave one up, and it looks like we bounced. I don't usually use it, but the 887, and this count has us going up in wave three.
nice. We'll keep an eye on that one too going into this week. All right, guys, last two. So we got Sebastian Airbnb.
That's a good chart. Let's see here. All right, so for A, B, and B, well, Trading View is really hanging up on me
Yeah,
here.
we're getting a little bit. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish up here, guys. If not, we'll.
All right, I got it. Okay, so here we go. A, B, and B, we had wave one up, wave two down, then the wave one up. Wave two came all the way down to the 887. Technically, we're still going down. We're below the ADMA, but we're looking for a bounce out of here. We do have a higher low, so hopefully we'll get a bounce.
Nice. Airbnb needs to move in. Last one. Let's take a look at Facebook.
Facebook, what's Facebook doing?
Michael Roku, I know. So sad.
Looks like Facebook had a wave one up, and this is right. We've only retraced to the 50. So this one's kind of up in the air. I do have the two alt down here because we could have an A, B, C down into the golden zone and then up. So we just have to watch price action on this and see if we're starting wave three or we're going down in wave C for the two alt right here.
Yeah. So good stuff. So Doug, so basically everything's going up. Yeah, well, there's a lot of bullish wave counts up there. There's a lot of stuff that's setting up bullishly. Now, whether or not they go up or not, we don't know, right? I mean, honestly, I mean the SPX, right? The SPY is looking like it could be gearing up for a wave two pullback for a 618 retrace. So we just have to be careful altogether. This is gonna be a short week this week. We potentially low volume. So we just have to look for really, really good setups, very precise. Make sure the volume's on our side on the intraday, and then kind of go from there. So this is the stuff we look at all day. We go live at the open in our group, and we're in the Discord too to do Elliott wave counts and take chart requests, things like that. So we look at stuff that looks like it's setting up too, and but it's really great. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Paul, thanks so much for being on the show again tonight. Another great show.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks, John. Good times. Good show.
And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, guys. If you're interested in our group, be sure to check the links in the description. And I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And we'll see everybody bright and early for the Bubble Report and in the Discord. Until then, stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game.